Mopork here, going to cut right to the chase and highlight 10 useful features in Valorant you should probably be using in every game. These are in no particular order, so there's no ranking from least useful to most useful, so with that being said, let's get started. First on the list is the Recoil System. Most people probably already know by now that there's no real spray patterns in this game when comparing to a game like CSGO. Generally speaking, automatic weapons kick up and slightly to the right before shifting left and right into two circular areas. One feature that crouching adds is not only does it increase the accuracy of the spray, but many don't know that it also reduces the chance that your gun changes directions during your spray. This increases the chance that you'll have a more accurate spray on the first half of your magazine to land that much needed spray transfer. Next up on the list, silenced weapons do not produce tracers when shooting. When furthering the debate of the Vandal versus the Phantom on average has more situations that are more useful than the Vandal, and this feature is one of the multiple reasons for it. Being able to spray through the smoke without the enemy knowing where you're shooting from is quite the valuable attribute. Number 3. Pinging locations on your crosshair and map. This feature is insanely valuable for multiple functions. You can use this to ping common areas that people like to hold, and when smoked off in a common spot, you can hit the lineup much more easily. In addition, you can ping the spike location after planting so that you can spray through a smoke more accurately should the opponent try to defuse behind one. Other characters such as Sova can deny defuses from a safe location with the same strategy using his ultimate. Number 4. You can boost people when crouching or planting next to a wall. This feature is useful for many characters that cannot set up in vertical locations, or if you want to save a vertical ability for later in the round. Nothing more to it. Number 5. Walking accuracy. Walking accuracy is very powerful in this game when comparing to CSGO. While I wouldn't recommend peeking corners while walking with the intention of taking 1v1s, it's a very useful feature to allow you to quickly shoot if you're caught unexpected while taking a casual stroll through the park. Because of the strong walking accuracy, and if you can land the timing down, AD spamming and spraying is also quite accurate up to a decent distance. Here's an example of what it looks like on the receiving end. Number 6. Throwing things through teleporters. You can throw a plethora of abilities through the teleporters on the map Bind. Some of the most devastating can be a raise grenade or a rocket while your opponents are pushing into hookah. You can also throw weapons through. However, it makes a different sound compared to when players take the teleporter, so those attempting to try to do fake outs will probably be unsatisfied. Number 7. Footsteps sound range. You can see the range of sound your footsteps make by looking at your map or minimap while running. A circle around your character shows exactly how far your enemies can hear you, so that you can min-max the speed at which you rotate around the map. The same feature also exists for Omen's ultimate. Number 8. Ziplines. You're very accurate when firing on ziplines, including when walking and running up and down them. You can use this to your advantage by setting up headshot angles and playing whack-a-mole with your opponents. In addition, if a Sage uses her slow orb near the ropes, while you normally would make no sound walking over them, you will still trigger the slow orb sound effect when you attempt to walk over them on the zipline. Number 9. Wallbang Spots. You can tell what your bullets can travel through based on the bullet hole that is produced on the wall. This bullet hole is the visual that corresponds to being able to shoot through an object, while this one is not. Most shallow corners can be shot through, and certain spots, usually indicated by wooden areas or thin walls, can be shot through as well, allowing for some creative lineups on certain maps. Number 10. Cache and ultimates. Even though this one is obvious, you can get a lot of information on what to prepare for when seeing your opponent's economy. If your opponents are on an eco round on defense, you can prefer to push areas with longer sight lines in order to avoid the ever so annoying shorties that steal your guns at the cost of 200 credits. Also, a useful tactic when tracking ultimates is to monitor Brimstone's ultimate. On a map like Bind, for example, it's best not to play in the lamps area since a Brimstone ultimate is pretty much a guaranteed kill against anyone playing there. That about wraps up this guide. Hope you learned some useful tactics in your games, and hope the veterans learned some more details about features they were already aware of. Let me and others know in the comments below some of your favorite general features that you'd like to abuse. Once again, this is Mopork. Follow the socials and subscribe if you want to be notified of future videos. And until then, see you next time.